Hi, welcome to my channel. My name is Kandace and thanks for joining me. On this channel, I plan on sharing and documenting how I am going to reach my vision and my goals for 2026 and beyond. And I wrote it down to make sure I don't forget what I want to say. So my goals and the visions, they're big, but they can be accomplished. Anything can be accomplished if you work towards them. And sometimes your visions and your goals that you have right now may not necessarily be where you end up in the future, but I believe that action produces progress, obviously, and progress produces opportunity. So when the opportunities arrive because of the actions that I'm taking right now, I want to be ready for them. And I want to encourage anyone else that thinks like this to join me and participate in working towards what you want to realize this year and beyond. So for today's video, I'm going to be sharing what's in my bag, my work backpack. Now you may be thinking, what does this have to do with reaching towards or working for your visions and your goals? I'll explain to you. So this video is a video that I've been wanting to do for the longest time, and I love watching what's in my bag videos. I don't care what kind of bag it is. I want to see what's in there. I love how people show everyday things that they have in their bag. I like the everyday type of stuff. It doesn't have to be fancy or expensive. It can be, I enjoy that too, but I just like seeing what real people have in their everyday lives. So I'm showing what's in my work bag, and for me, at this point in time when I'm doing this video, I'm in the office 5 days a week. And so since I'm in the office 5 days a week, I have things that I want to bring with me. I don't have to carry a laptop to and from the office. That stays there. But there are certain things that I like to bring with me. I don't use them every single day, but if I ever have downtime or there's an available slot, I want to make sure that I'm prepared for all things. So I'm going to get my bag and let's get started. Okay, so first thing, I do put this in my bag. It's my phone right here. So this is, I believe, an iPhone 14 Plus Pro Max. Let me see what it is. This is an iPhone 14 Pro Max right here. So this phone, it's not the newest iPhone. I don't plan on upgrading. I actually don't enjoy upgrading my phones. I like to keep phones as long as humanly possible until they break down. So this phone I plan on keeping, and it's serving its purpose. It does what it's supposed to do. It's a really heavy phone, I've realized, and that's why I have this pop socket on the back to just help me hold it and support it. And then I also keep a case on there because I don't want to drop this and crack the screen. If I crack a screen on a phone, that is the one time when I will probably get it replaced. I'm going to spend money to get it replaced, and that is a waste of money, but I don't like having a cracked screen. So that may not bother some people, but that really bothers me. So I try to make sure my investment is protected. And I have this outside, it's like an outer box. It's like this. It has that right there. And then there's a screen on front, and it comes together, and I keep it just like this. This does add a little bit of weight to the phone, but like I said, I have the pop socket. It helps with me holding it, and I'm okay with it. And I just put it in my backpack if I'm going to the office. And when I get to my desk, I just sit it out. And so the bag that I typically use for work is a backpack. I do have tote bags, but I don't like the wear and tear that it could possibly put on my back. So I don't use tote bags very often when I go into the office. I have this Adidas, and see, this is heavy. I have this Adidas Weekender bag. It's slightly smaller than a regular backpack, and it's not that I'm Team Adidas or anything. I just like the bag. It was black. You can see the little Adidas emblem on there, but that didn't really matter to me. I like the fact that you can't see it that much, and I just overall like the backpack. Would I repurchase it? Not at the retail price. I got it on sale, and so I would purchase it for the sale price. So I have this on the side of my bag. This came out of the side pocket, and these pockets, you can cinch them closed. This came out of the side pocket. Kind of looks like a jumbled mess. I have this old whistle. It's very effective. It's loud. If I got in a situation and I actually had this with me in my hand, like probably where it should be, it'd be very helpful. This, I thought it was cute. It's a little dirty. It's been rubbing on the backpack. And this string is attached to the whistle. And this, I don't know where I got this from, but that's helpful to just have it like that if I need to. And then we have this right here. This is a tool where you can take this part off, the black part off, take it off, and it rips through your seatbelt in the event that you're stuck in your seatbelt and you need to be able to exit the vehicle. So that's why I said this would be good to have maybe attached to something close to me. So God forbid if I ever got into a situation or somebody got in a situation with me and we needed to use this to rip the seatbelt, this will be helpful. And it comes off, it's protective. I'm not going to take it off. It comes off and there's just a blade right there. And this part right here is a way to break through glass. You put it in the corner of the glass of the window and you use this part. It pushes and it can help you break through the glass if you get into a situation that requires that. And I just have these little things, they're just hanging on here. And that's what's in the side. So the next thing that's in the side back of the backpack is my Naturals Purell. Nothing fancy about that. Smell is okay. That's just what that is. I've probably had this amount here for a while. It's useful, it's effective. At least I believe it is. And so I keep that in there. And on the other side, this one, I have this, let's make sure that doesn't fall. Honest wipes. I've had these for a long time. They don't smell bad. They're useful. I use it to clean my desk. And they're okay. And I just keep them in a Ziploc bag because I found that once you open any type of wipes, I really don't trust it. Once you've opened any type of wipes, they can leak. And I had this happen before. And so now I just keep any type of wipes. Once I've opened them, I keep them in a Ziploc bag or some type of closed bag that is leak proof so I don't have a mess everywhere. Now, would I repurchase these? Probably not. Do they serve their purpose? Yes, they do. And they don't smell bad. They are a grapefruit grove. That's the name of the scent, grapefruit grove. And they're sanitizing wipes with aloe from the Honest brand. I've had these a long time, like I said, and I'm just going to use them till I'm done. And that's everything in the side pocket. And then we have my front pocket, this very front pocket right here. There's nothing in there. Okay. And then I have this pocket. I don't know if you can see. There's quite a bit of things in there. Now you're probably wondering, what is that stuff? So I have Kleenex tissue. Comes like this. And I like these little packs. I like how they're really slim. And if I run out of tissue or a little Kleenex, or I'll just replace it. I'll put like little toilet paper in there, fold it, put it in. It's perfect for my needs. And then this right here, you're probably wondering what this is. This is just a little snack. Now, I don't always bring my lunch to work, and I don't always bring food to work, but I'm not going to necessarily pay for lunch or pay for breakfast. I'm not paying $10.50 USD or like $12.50 USD. That's like American dollars. I'm not paying that much for food because my thought process is this, and I'm not a financial guru by any means. My thought process is I work here, I get the money, but then I'm going to turn around and give some of that money back because I failed to prepare the night before. I don't like that idea, and I prefer to keep my money and use it someplace else for what I want to use it for. And since I have food at home, I'll just bring some food. And if I don't want to bring lunch or breakfast on the day, I'm fine with that, and I just have a little snack. These are slivered almonds, and then these little things, they look like cocoa beans, but what they really are, and I brought the bags so you can see, these Brookside pomegranate flavor dark chocolate. It's like little pieces inside. They're really good. Kind of snacky. And then Brookside dark chocolate, I believe this acai and blueberry flavors. So I just mix these and put them in my bag with the almonds, and it's great. And I go into the office really early. I'm typically there by 6 o'clock, and so I'm not hungry as soon as I'm at work. Sometimes I am, but by midday I may be a little hungry, and so this is a perfect little snack. And then right here, I have my little pouch. Now, I believe this was more of an electronics pouch for like earbuds or AirPods, cords or things like that. I use this for my jewelry. I don't have a lot of jewelry, but I like to wear jewelry. So these earrings and these earrings, I put them in here. These are little makeshift pouches that I made. I put the earrings in here, and then I put my rings and my other earrings in here, and then I just keep them in the pouch. So in the morning, I'm not giving myself a lot of time to spare to get out of the house to be at work by 6 o'clock. And so even putting on earrings, that's time that I feel like I can't afford to waste. So whenever I get home from work and I'm not going anywhere for the rest of the day, I immediately take off my jewelry. And it's a routine. I take off my jewelry, I put it back in here, and I just throw it in my backpack because I know I'll need it the next day. And that way, when I get to work, I have my jewelry that I want. I just put it on, and I'm good to go. Okay. And then the next thing I have in here is my sunglasses, prescription sunglasses. They're not any type of brand. They're prescription. They're the tortoiseshell-like frames. I guess that's the design. And I just keep them in here. And that's what I have also. And I'm going to be putting stuff back in here. And the next thing I have is, well, part of my work ID. Part of my work ID. I need that. Every time I log off at the end of the day, before I leave my desk, I make sure my ID is in my ID holder before I leave, because I know if I get home and the ID is not in my ID holder, I know exactly where it is. It's in my desk, at my computer, at the docking station. And that's not a good feeling when you realize that you've left your ID, because it's a huge process to get it. First, to get back to your desk. It's a huge process. I don't want to deal with that. So I always make sure I have my ID with me before I leave my office. And then in here, I also have a random panty liner, a chewy granola chocolate chip bar. You can see it's kind of bent. I don't eat these all the time. These just come through when I need them. I usually eat when I get home, but if I don't think I'm gonna make it, I like to have like little snacks. And this is a crumbly Nutri-Grain bar. It's falling apart, strawberry flavor, my favorite, if I eat that. I have a Cleanse antibacterial hand wipe. I have that. I have another Nutri-Grain bar. This one is flattened. Still readily available to eat. I have an empty High Chew wrapper. This is the Infusions Juicy Strawberry flavor. I have another High Chew. It's still in there though. This is the Juicy Peach. I have a little mini Kit Kat. I have a mint. This melts in your mouth. I like these. I don't eat those often, but I like them. And then I also have a Mamba. I think this is like strawberry. I have that in there. This is still in the front pocket, y'all. And then I have this blue raspberry High Chew. So let me put all that stuff back in there. And that's just what's in the front pocket. So we can move on from there. And now getting to the inside of the backpack. I'll just go ahead and do it like that so y'all can see what's in there. This is the Vera Bradley, it's a pill vitamin case. Pills and vitamins go in here. Throw that on the floor. And this is in no particular order. I have my pens and markers and pencils, and I still have a glue stick and Post-it notes, all that type of stuff. Now you may ask, don't you have that at your office? I do, locked them in a drawer because I don't keep stationery and those type of items on my desk because they are not community property. They are mine to use and mine alone. So I don't like leaving things out at my desk because it's not an open invitation for people to just use things and not bring them back. So I don't really have a lot of stationery or pens and pencils at my desk. I just have this. I have one or two at my desk, but I like to keep this. And I usually have this in here when I bring my planner with me. I don't do that often, but sometimes I like to bring it. And recently I've switched over to my Moterm pocket planner. And I'll just show you what it looks like. Okay, there it is. And I plan on doing a video about what's in my pocket planner. If you see this video, that would be a plus. But if you'd like to see what's in my pocket planner, let me know down in the comments if anyone makes a comment. But either way, I'm still going to probably post this. This is just a bag I found from, I believe, TJ Maxx. And this was more than likely in the section where there's purses, there's accessory pouches. I believe this is where this was. And this is my Kindle. And this is the Paperwhite version. So it's not color. It's basically blackish and grayscale. And I really do like this because since it's grayscale, it's not tiring for the eyes. For me, if I'm in front of a screen all day long, that's my job. But also being in front of screens like your phone, the TV, all those type of things, those do take a toll on my eyes after a while. And sometimes if I'm relaxing, I want to read a book. But this makes it very easy and convenient to read without having to keep pages open, to hold it, to keep the page, back like that. I love physical books. I always love physical books, but this is great for me on the go to have several types of books. And so if I have, during my lunchtime, I want to just read a few pages, or in the morning, I want to read a few pages. This travels well. It's very slim. I do have it in a cover, in a case. It's very slim. It travels well, and I don't like being without it. I would rather be looking at a book or reading a book than scrolling on my phone. So that's why I have it, and for me, it was a great purchase. And in this bag, this is just things I keep, feminine products like all the ladies say on here. Some panty liners, pads, tampons. That's the type of thing. And I just keep it in my work bag. Don't need it all the time, but it's a very good just in case item for maybe not just me, but for anyone else that may possibly need anything in here. So I just like to keep it. And it doesn't weigh a lot, but it's very useful. And this right here is my electronics pouch. I have a couple of cords. I have my portable charger right here. And nothing special. I have earplugs in here. Those were free. I just keep them in there. And this is my electronics pouch. I have something to charge my phone, something to charge my watch, because that's happened before. I forgot to charge my watch, and so when I get to work, sometimes I can charge it. And then I have very long cords to help charging my electronics, to make that easier. So that's just what's in this pouch. And this is it's not really a purse. I use it as a purse. I have things in here that if I have to go to a store or have an appointment and I don't need my work bag after work, I can put my work bag in my trunk and just keep this. And this has all the essentials that I feel comfortable having out without my backpack. So I can go into what's in here. Well, I won't go into what's in here. Well, yeah, I can. I'll go into what's in here. Just a brief little overview. So you can see it like this. And then I have a front pocket. Front pocket right there. So in the front pocket, I have some wipes. Some hand sanitizing wipes. And then I do have store loyalty cards and a few keys. I just keep that in the front. And then I have my chapstick. This is a little Burt's Bees chapstick container. It's not Burt's Bees. This actually in here is Vaseline. And it's the pink rose Vaseline. It's tiny. So I love the container. Didn't love the content so much. So what I did, I rolled this up, took out all that Burt's Bees product, and then instead I put my Vaseline inside here. It was rolled up. I rolled it down, put the Vaseline product inside, let it kind of solidify just a little bit. So I put it in my refrigerator, and now I have Vaseline because Vaseline works really well. So, and it's easy to carry, so it's tiny, and I love that. And then I have a little sample Aquaphor lotion, baby, advanced therapy. So I have that. And this is let me see what it looks like. This is like the petrolatum version. Very helpful and useful during this cold weather and all the time. We know it's always a good time to moisturize. And in here I have some little clippers. Just clippers, tiny clippers. And I love the tiny clippers that also has this part. If you don't have this part in your clippers, I don't see the point of them. I need all of it. So I have these little clippers. And I put it in this little bag because I don't want my clippers just floating around in places I don't want it. So there is that. And then I have this little bag. These are pill bags or little travel bags. But actually in here I have Altoids. I have the wintergreen, and then I believe I have the spearmint, and then I have some gum. So that's what's in here. That's just what's in there. And I also have this Fresh Daily antibacterial hand spray. This is no Fresh Rainfall. That's the scent. It's from Bath and Body Works. I really like this. The scent's pretty good too. I like it because of the small size, because I know I can repurpose this container once this is empty. So that's why I really like it, and it's portable, and it does not take up a lot of space, and it's not heavy in my bag. More tissue. This Kleenex, more tissue. I have a few in there. And then I have a mint. Another wipe, another hand antibacterial cleanse wipe. And these are, there's a few things in here. This is an eyeglass cleaner. Let's take it out. See, I think it's stuck. Let's take that out. Okay, yep. Is this size? Now this was bigger. It's from a brand called Norwex. The brand, they promote very good, I guess, natural cleaning and all this. I'm not a Norwex ambassador by any means. I don't even sell that stuff. But I went to a party, and this was one of the items that was given to me, and it's actually huge. This is an eyeglass cleaner, but this was huge. This was like this big, so like that big. And I figured, why don't I just cut it? And so I have one at the house, and then I have this one for myself, and I carry it with me because I always need to clean my glasses. It's nothing worse than walking around with dirty glasses, specks of dust all over them. So I keep this. It works amazingly well. Would I purchase this? No, I would not. But it was given to me, so I will use it. And then we have this. What this is a tiny little screwdriver for your glasses. So I think that's really convenient. And it comes on a keychain. I don't remember where I got this from, but it's really convenient. And so I keep these together. Now, what do I also have in this bag? We're still talking about this bag. I also have wired earbuds. I really enjoy using wired earbuds. I have ear pods. I believe they're ear pods. I know they're not AirPods. I don't have any AirPods because I know I won't keep up with those, and that's not a price that I want to keep having to shell out for AirPods that I lose. So I like to have these. If I have to talk on the phone, I prefer these, and I just keep them in this bag. And then I have this Poopery. Now, if you don't know what this is, you should probably look it up. Let me put it close. Poopery. There's various types of brands out there that say that they do the same thing. This is great for when you go to the restroom, the toilet, whichever word you would like to use. Sometimes you need to go. And I'm talking about a what's in my work bag. Sometimes you cannot wait until you get home. But in the event that you cannot wait till you get home, do yourself a favor. And for the other humans around you, use this if you can. It's better for your life and better for those that insist on being in the stall right beside you. Now, this is the bag that I take to go into stores. And sometimes in the United States of America, we do have restrooms in stores that you can freely go into. You don't have to purchase anything. So this is helpful if you have to go in there too. I just like to be prepared. Being prepared is most of the battle. And this is just my wallet. This is a Kipling, I forget what it's called, but it's a little wallet. It's really thin. This holds so much. I've had this for a long time. It's compact, but it serves my purposes. I have a lot of stuff in there. A lot of cards, gift cards, all that. ID, I use this. This is so small. This could fit in probably your pants pockets. If you can only carry this, this is good. And then I have this. And this is an all-in-one. This has a fingernail file. this little thing up front. This right thing right there. This is actually a pen, and it does work. And then it has like a portable, reusable, almost like a Q-tip magnifying glass right there. Scissors. And then it has this it's like a little multi-tool for like Phillips head screws, flathead screws. You can use this for all the things. And I really like this. This is the Victorinox Swiss Card Nail Care. You see that? That's what that is. And there we have this little mini tweezers in front too. It's very useful. It's great to have. I definitely get my use out of this, especially the nail file. And I just like having this. So I always keep this in my purse, in my bag, whenever. And then in here, I just have a pen or two. I never put pens inside of my bags without them being in a bag, in a protective bag, because I ruined one of my other backpacks like that. I put a pin in the front of the backpack, and I forgot that I put something in there, and it pressed down the top part like that, and it bled all inside my bag, and I ruined that bag. So I never put a pin. A pin is never loose in my bags anywhere. Backpacks never anywhere. So this is just a little pouch, and this right here is like a little mini pen, and this is the Uniball 1. That's what that is. And it's black ink, and it's 0.5 millimeters. So it's nice. Nice, fine tip, smooth. And then I just have a regular round 6 Bic pen. I put that back in here. And have a couple of receipts. And I have a bag that had some gift cards in it. I like to carry around my gift cards because I like to make sure I use them. And then that's what I have in there. And that's what's in my little bag. This bag goes inside of my work bag without a problem, like I said. And it's very helpful for me. So I still have a lot of things in my bag. It's almost empty though. This is another Kipling bag. I really love this pattern. And in here, I put all the random little things that I want to have with me. Do I specifically need them? No, I don't. But if I'm leaving every day, I kind of like to have things that I like, because one day I may want to use something in here. And I just like to be prepared. So I have this bag. It has a lot of things in it. And I'm going to show you like that. So first I have the Tree Hut Sugar Lips Lip Butter Nourish and Renew. I have that. Nothing particularly special about it. It gets the job done. It goes on smoothly. You can see like that. I don't know if you can even see that. It goes on smoothly. It's not bad. Would I repurchase this? Yes, I would. Lasts a long time. And then I have this other Eucerin Baby Eczema Relief Body Cream. This little sample size. And this is a white cream. It's like that. Like that. Another little moisturizer, helpful. And then I have this cuticle cream and nail cream. It's L'Occitane. I don't speak French, but that's what I believe it says. And it's this cuticle cream. And it's very nice. It's nice and fancy. It's really nice and fancy. I've seen other creams like this. So there are plenty of other cuticle creams out there. You don't have to buy this one. I actually got this one when I made a purchase a while back. And I believe it gets the job done. It smells all right. And I really like to get the shea butter sometimes. It comes in a tub. But do I purchase products from there all the time? No, I do not. And I'll show you again what it looks like. There it is right there. And I'm going to use this until I'm done using it. Will I purchase another nail cuticle cream? I don't know. But I have what I have and I'm going to use it. It's not doing me wrong at this point. And that's what it is about that one. The scent is almondy a bit. There is a scent to it. The little brush works well. And it's tiny, so I don't mind carrying it around until I'm finished using it. And this, I forget what this is. It's like Big Bang or something. It's just a mascara. And so, like I said before, I'm going into the office, and sometimes I forget to put mascara on. Not that I have to put it on, but I like mascara so I can actually see my own eyelashes. So, if I don't have the mascara, I like to have this so at least I can put it on. And these are mini tweezers. I have used these before at work. They come in handy. I really like them. These are the Tweezer Man tweezers. And I have this NYX Butter Gloss. Now let's see. I really don't know what shade this is, but I just know it's NYX Butter Gloss. And then I don't even know if you can see it. Let me see if I can put a piece of paper up behind this. Let me see. So there we go. There's these little things, these little clear plastic things. I use these to go on the back of my earrings. I don't use the little attachment things to keep your earrings on. I like to use these. These are like silicone. They're very, you know, they come in handy. I just prefer these better than the actual parts that come with the earring. It feels better on my ear. So I just keep these. And then I have this little thing in here. It's like little screws for glasses. And I just open them. So that was kind of a mess up. It comes in this little thing. The top I dropped in here, but it's for the little screws for your eyeglasses. And I'll just put that back before I make further mess. Then I also have this. This is just a little bag I've had laying around. And there's bobby pins in here. Two types. Is that? And then there's a plain flat bobby pin. Right. Now you may say, why do you have all this stuff? Well, I've always used it. It's come in handy. It's nice to have it. It's nice to have it when you don't need it, but it's even better when you do need it. So that's just that's my thought about that. Believe it or not, I have started. I'm carrying lesser amount of items in my backpack now, but I'm still very much true to myself, and I know I want what I want. And this is the ramen drama. I don't know. This is a Korean product. I don't know. But the lip gloss, it's Fig. It's called Kaya Fig. And the color is very nice. It has a pleasant smell to it, and it looks nice on. So, I have that. And in here, I also have more candy, floss, Tylenol, nice to have. A flattened Almond Joy. Let me know in the comments if you like Almond Joy. I love Almond Joy, but I also love coconut. So there's a lot of people that are against Almond Joy with the almond inside. I love it. I have this mirror. Nothing special about it. It's the dual magnification. It's a mirror. Sometimes I want a mirror and not using the camera on my phone. These are blotting slips of paper. What are they called? blotting sheets. I just happened to see these and I bought them. Do I purchase, what's the thing I'm trying to think about? Do I actually need to repurchase these? Probably not. And I probably won't have another need to repurchase these because I use them so infrequently. But they do work. But if I didn't have these blotting sheets, I would probably just use a paper towel or something and wipe off the shiny part. I don't typically like to put makeup on. I do a little bit of concealer, but not really makeup. But even with that, sometimes I feel like I get a little shiny up top. So these do come in handy. I have this Pillow Talk Charlotte Tilbury lip liner. Seems like everyone has this, but I have this also. It's nice. I believe it's kind of universal. It looks really nice. So I have that. I don't use that a lot at work. I use it hardly ever at work, but I do have it. And then I have this Juicy Strawberry High Chew, another one. This tiny sample size of lotion. It's a rose scent. Lowery Pink Rose. That's what that is. And I have this. This right here is a lint comb. And I got this when I purchased a couple of cashmere sweaters. This is probably not the nicest lint comb there is, or lint brush, whatever you want to call it. But it gets the job done. And it has this little side, these little sides. And all you do, I think it's neat. All you do, you take that and you just rub it. And it gets the lint off. You can rub in one direction. And it's gentle and it gets the lint off. And then I have some more cleansing wipes. And I have this Scar Away gel. Had a few scars on my hands. And this does help pretty much. I believe it helps. But I've had it and I'm just going to keep using it till I don't need it anymore. Or till I just get tired of it and want to throw it away. So that's what's in this bag. I have a lot of stuff in this bag. So let's move on. I am almost done. But let's not rush myself. This is a bag for work. This is like, I call it like a bathroom pouch or a restroom pouch. I take it with me when I use the restroom. I have a rule of thumb. I always want to leave that restroom or that stall better than I found it. So the person that comes behind me don't think it's me the one that stunk it up, basically. So if I find it and it doesn't smell good, when I go in, I want it to smell good when I use it and for the person behind me that uses it. So this little container, this contains like liquid, the poopery. Remember that little container, the spray that I showed you? This is the poopery. I buy the poopery in the containers and I just pour it in here. It's really small. It has a great range. The width of the spray is perfect for like the toilet area. So I found this and I found this in my house. So I just use that for that. And it's this little pouch. This is a Happy Planner pouch. And it looked waterproof so I can wipe it off and clean it off with wipes when this comes out of the bathroom. But I figured it was perfect for this use. This is one of those travel perfumes. The atomizer, you can refill it. And what you do is you stick this part on top of a perfume. All perfumes you can't do it, but if the diameter of the little top of the perfume fits there, it's easier. And you just push down, push down, push down, and the liquid fills it up. And so I just take really random perfumes that I don't really care for, or from like little small samples that I've had, and I just use it for this. And I call this bathroom spray. So if you just want the bathroom to smell just a little bit better, I just take that and I just do a little spray when I'm leaving out. I currently have something in here that smells really good though. So true story. When I used the restroom one time at work, I had sprayed this, didn't think anything of it, and the spray was really strong. It was like some fancy spray, I think. And when I walked past a lady, she looked back and she said, "Oh my God, you smell so luxurious." And we're in the bathroom. She said this to me. And I was like, "Oh, thank you." And then I just walked away and I said, "You know what? And this is the day. I will never not have these with me. I will always be prepared for every situation. Every time I'm going to the restroom, I will always have these with me, so I can leave somebody with a luxurious experience." And then I have like a little panty liner, pad, and then I have like eyeliner in there. It's random, but I have it in there. And that is what's in my restroom pouch. I always take that with me. I have a reusable bag. And then lastly, oh no, it's not lastly. Almost lastly. Almost done. I have this in there with other little things. I have, once again, cleansing wipes. Those are a recurring theme. I have cleansing wipes. I have that. I have a lactate tablet. You can see all of that. I have another moisturizer, because why not? I have this honey in case I want tea when I'm out. I have honey. I have this pre and probiotics caviar collagen. It's just a powder. It's fast melt. It's a probiotic and a prebiotic, and it's not horrible. I'm guessing it works, but I have them, so I'm going to use them. Haven't had any negative side effects, because I have had probiotics, prebiotics that have very bad, terrible side effects that made me reconsider like life, I guess. And so these are pretty good. I have a tea. I know loose leaf tea is king or queen, but these are just good for on the go if I don't want coffee. And then I have another tea, a Twinings tea. So I just have a lot of teas in here. And I have this moleskin in case I have a blister, and you can just cut a piece off. I have an emergency raspberry. This is great for the office because sometimes people do not care about others, and so they will come to work sick and make sure everyone else gets sick around them. So I'm not having that. I have a needle and thread and a safety pin. I know how to sew. In case there's ever an emergency, I have this. I have these little mini toothbrush things. They're tiny, and it has a little bit of toothpaste. That little blue dot is the toothpaste, and these little mini brushes, and you can just brush your teeth if you need to. Sometimes after you eat lunch, or you just need to refreshen up for the day and to make it through the rest of it. And these are from Colgate, and I just have these. It comes in a big pack, and then at the end it has a little place where you can use kind of like a toothpick, or to floss a bit, or get things out of your teeth. And then I just have, they're in this bag. And like I said, I have these little fast act lactase enzyme supplements. I have a few cleansing wipes for lenses. I don't really use these. And then I have a half-eaten Mamba. And the high chews keep making appearances. It's like I eat candy all day. I really don't eat candy all day. It's just, I like having a little bit of a sweet pick-me-up sometimes. And then I have another mint. And that's what I have in this bag. And almost last but not least, this is a little business card holder. And this is a portable fan. It's a portable fan. It's a flashlight. And also you can charge with this thing. But I find this helpful. maybe not necessarily for the office, but the power has gone off before. And what if you're stuck in a situation and you need a fan? So this is amazing. And you could just charge it. And I love it. So I keep it. This would be good for travel. And it's got a little bit of weight to it. It's not too heavy, but it's useful if you ever need something like this. So that's what I have. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is what's in my bag. And I hope you enjoyed my video. And I hope that you come back. And thank you for spending part of your day with me. As I said before, I'm using this to document the actions and steps that I'm taking, working towards my visions and goals. And you know, this video is not directly a vision or goal of mine, but it alerts myself and it sends a message to myself that if you want to do something, you need to do it. So this is just being committed to myself. This is just taking action when I said that I was going to take action. Because initially I was going to do this video on Thursday, this previous Thursday, and then I didn't. And so then I just pushed it aside. Sometimes we push aside things that we need to do for ourselves and we do things for others. But I wasn't going to let that happen for me. And so that was all. Like, once again, thank you for coming and looking at this video. Leave a comment. You can like and subscribe if you would like. And have a great rest of the day. Thank you.